Hi everybody, this is Tracy at TierraCast, and we're going to share a technique today for using UV resin in our rings. We like to call these story rings because the ring is like a blank page. It's very customizable. You can choose inclusions that tell a story, use small found objects, and personalize it however you like. I'll be using one of our 1 1/4 inch radiant rings to demonstrate. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to turn it into a pendant, so I've used hole punching pliers to create some holes where I need them. The first thing I'm going to do is cut a piece of packing tape slightly larger than my ring. Place that sticky side up on my work surface and set my ring down onto it. Rub it down a little bit in the back. I'm just trying to create a good seal back there. And now I'm ready for inclusions. I'm going to include a paper background and some charms and crystals in this design. And I've printed some images out on my computer, and I like to use scrapbook paper that has a design on one side and is white on the other. Then I print on the white side and still have a nice pattern on the back. So I need to seal my paper. So I'm just going to cover it with packing tape, front and back. And rub that down. And then I can either cut my image out with scissors, or in this case I'm going to use a 1-inch craft punch. That will give me an image that's about the same size as the inside of my ring, so it'll make a nice background. I've already cut one out, and I've brushed some super glue around that outside edge to help seal that up. So now I'm going to place that into my ring. Make sure that my ring is positioned correctly because I've punched holes in it. So I want to make sure that I'm putting my image face or right side up. And I'm going to rub that down with a Q-tip. And then I'm going to put another coat of super glue around the inside edge. That's just to help prevent bubbles coming up from underneath the ring. And now I'm ready for the rest of my inclusions. I'm going to use these small spacers as settings. They're really great for holding things level in your design, especially things like chatons that have pointed backs. And I'm just going to continue adding elements until I'm happy with my design. Now I've got my design in place and I'm ready for my UV resin. Don't shake the bottle. I'm just going to pour resin very carefully around my components into the ring. And I want to give it time to self-level and to get into all the areas. And I can just keep adding more until I'm happy with the amount. Now once I had all my resin in there, I let my piece sit for a few minutes to give it time for the resin to self-level and for any bubbles to come up. Now I need to get rid of those bubbles. I usually just scoop them out with tweezers. You can also pass a heat source over the top of the piece like a lit match, and that will bring the bubbles to the surface and pop them. So now it's ready, and I'm going to put it in my UV lamp. I like to use a business card or something like that to slide underneath it. And it's very helpful for just getting it into the lamp. And now I'm going to allow it to cure for 10 to 15 minutes. It's been in the lamp for about 15 minutes, so I'm going to check to see if it's done by just touching it very gently. It feels okay, so I'm going to peel the tape off of the back. And if it's still a little goopy on the back side, you can just put it back in the oven up in the lamp upside down for a few minutes to finish curing. And that's it. You can use this technique with any of our open rings. You can use the hole punching pliers to create pendants and links, and you can glue them to ring blanks. There are a lot of options. Visit our website at www.TierraCast.com to see our catalog and other design ideas. And have fun, and we'll see you next time.